legal tender and lawful money. And what is the difference? The real problem is the economy. That's how the Constitution got started. They sent our guys to Philadelphia because the economy was bad. They were suffering from inflation. Some things, just never change. Now, let's talk about gold and silver. Why are gold and silver used as money? Around the world, not just in the United States.
They're valuable.
They are valuable. They have an intrinsic value. If you don't like coins, you can melt this down and make silverware.
They don't rust and rot.
That's where the term came from. Now, not everybody had silverware because silver is, kind of hard to come by. But, if you don't like it in this form, you can melt it and change it into something else. It has intrinsic value. All right? Why else do we use silver and gold?
Constitution so states.
Well, it was put into the Constitution.
A small amount of it, especially the gold, can equal a fair amount.
Right. So gold is very, very valuable. Why is it so valuable?
No free electrons. It won't oxidize.
It won't oxidize.
That's a
Right?
limited amount.
How much gold is there?
There's a limited amount.
There's a limited amount. Can gold inflate? Can we just go out and just, start spitting out more gold? No. If you want more gold, what do you have to do? You got to go and dig it up. And it's hard work. And so you can spend, 10 or 15 years of your life and end up with this little ball of gold. Okay, you worked hard for it. You deserve it. Is it that ounce of gold going to inflate the economy? No. So the fact that there is a limited amount of gold and silver is a primary reason that countries all over use this as a medium of exchange. Now, when they had these goldsmiths, what you would do is, you want to buy my apple. You give me this, this gold coin. Well, there is one disadvantage to gold and silver.
10,000 apples.
You try carrying this around in your pocket. If I don't have a belt on, I'm gonna lose my shorts. It's heavy. And not only that, if I'm walking around and this stuff is jingling around, everybody knows I've got it. And they can either cut my throat or cut my purse, and take it from me. So it does have a disadvantage. So one of the things that we used to do is take your money to the goldsmith. One, he would punch it into coins for you and make them all the same. And then he also had a great big lockbox. So you can say, well, I want to just leave my gold here where it's safe. And the goldsmith would give you a receipt for it. Kind of like Chinese laundry. You bring back the receipt, we'll give you your gold. No ticky, no washi. So we get your receipt. So now I want to buy your apple. I can say, don't go away. And I can run down to the goldsmith, give him my receipt, get the gold, come back and say, okay, here's the gold, you give me the apple. Well, what are you going to do with it? You don't want to keep it around, so you run down and give it to the goldsmith, and he gives you the receipt. Well, gosh, that's a whole lot of running around. If I've already got my gold receipt, can I give you the gold receipt? You give me the apple? Yeah, you're going to end up with it in 5 minutes anyway. It's a lot easier to carry paper. You just put it in your pocket or your wallet. It doesn't weigh as much, and it works the same way. You want the gold, you can go and pick it up. Now, the guy who's holding all the gold goes, wow, this is a real bummer. I've got 1,000 gold coins, and people only come in and collect like 100 of them at any one time. So only about 10% of the people who have gold here ever ask for it back. Everybody's using these gold receipts. Now, because I'm not terribly scrupulous, well, how can I take advantage of that? I can print more gold receipts. Yeah, but if I spend them, everybody's going to say, hey, Jack, how come you got all this money? Where are you getting all that? So I really can't spend it myself, but I can sure loan it to you. Nobody's going to ask you. If they say, where'd you come up with that money? I borrowed it from the goldsmith. So, I mean, that's like cool. So if I only have 10% of the people collecting their money, and I have 1,000 coins, I can print 10,000 notes. So I can print all these counterfeit gold receipts. And I can loan them to you, and loan them to you, and loan them to you. And now everybody's using the gold receipts. You can't tell them from the original ones because I printed the original ones. And now 10% of those people, 10% of the $10,000 are going to come in and collect their gold. And I've got the 1,000 pieces of gold that I need. That's how fractional reserve banking got started. I'm basically counterfeiting money legally. So now, and this is a really great setup. I can counterfeit this money, I can loan it to you, and now when you borrow money from me, you've got to pay me back in interest. And I'm going to ask for the interest in gold. So I don't know where you're going to come up with it, but you're going to go out and bring back more gold. So if I've got more gold, I can print 10 times as much money. For every gold coin you print me, I can print 10 certificates and loan that out. It doesn't take an idiot to figure out that I'm going to be making money pretty much hand over fist here pretty soon. Now, I've got almost the perfect setup. Almost perfect because, you don't borrow enough money. I mean, you're a nice guy, but, you only borrowed maybe $5,000. And you're going to do that once because you want to buy a house. If I want to make more money, I got to figure out a way to loan more money. Who can I go to that will borrow money from me? Can I loan money to a government? Will governments borrow money? Yeah. And they borrow lots of money. Especially if somebody's about to attack. If your country is going to war, don't you want to borrow money so you can buy guns and defend yourself? I mean, and if you're going to borrow money now, aren't you willing to borrow that money at like a really high interest rate? The goldsmith says, yeah, I can loan you the money, but it's going to be 25 or 30%. The bad guys are coming. I need the guns today. I can't work. If you don't give me the money, I'm not going to have anything to defend. So yeah, I'll borrow the money. I'll give you your 30%. Ha ha! I've got the perfect solution. Except, you're battling this guy over here. So I've loaned you money. I'll go over here. You want to borrow money? I mean, you're fighting against this lady over here. You don't want her to win. I can loan you money too. So now I'm playing both ends against the middle. I'm loaning you money at 30%. I'm loaning you money at 35% because I'm not giving you very many chances. And I've got the two of you fighting. You're both borrowing lots of money. I'm making money hand over fist. This is good. What's the only bad news that I could ever get? The two of you shook hands and decided not to be at war anymore. Oh my gosh, you can't have that. If you stop the war, you're going to stop borrowing money. This sounds like wild, crazy, That's exactly what's going on. When Napoleon was exiled, they put him off in Elba, hoping he'll never come back. What do you think the bankers did? Hey, Napoleon, you want to come back and kick some butt? Why do you think we had the Louisiana Purchase? Because Napoleon needed money. He said, yeah, I'll give you that entire Louisiana Purchase. You can have all of France's land. I need money because I got to come back and kick some butt. And he was also borrowing money from the bankers. So we got here, we are the United States. We are printing our own money. Oh my gosh, we can't have any of that. We don't have any control. If you're making your own money, how can we loan you money? So all through the history of the United States, they've been trying to set up a central bank. Alexander Hamilton was the guy who was trying to get it started. And he did. They called it the first bank of the United States. And then the contract ran out. And so they brought it back again, and they called it the first bank of the United States. And then it went away, and they brought it back a